This is Chris with Patchboy Patches for the Culture. And like usual, today we're getting some Etsy orders ready. We got 2 patches to make, so we're going to be using the Brother SE625s to get those patches made. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. And without further delay, I'm gonna go ahead and select the USB buttons on these SE625s. I'm gonna load up the files and we're just gonna start stitching, you guys. Come take a look. All right, so starting off with our first SE625 we got up here on top, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna hit this USB button right there on the screen. And we're gonna wait for that to load, and while that's loading, let's come down here to the second one and we're gonna do the same thing. And now we play the waiting game. All right, so the first one popped up right here, you guys can see. So with the first one up here, we're gonna be doing the MF Doom patch. So I gotta go and cipher through here to find where that patch will be. We're doing the MF Doom mask. So let me see, there it is right there. Right there, that one right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and select that one. Let me zoom in for you guys. I'm gonna select that one. I'm gonna hit the set button. 3.24 inches, that's good, that's a good location. But instead of blue, the customer wants the mask to be silver. So I will be using silver thread instead of blue. And so I'll get that all set up. So that one's ready to go. Now I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna get this one ready. With the second one, I don't remember what patch I need to get made, so I gotta hop on Etsy, take a look real quick, and then we'll load it up. Where did I put my cellular device? For those of you guys who use Etsy, the Etsy app definitely comes in handy. Let's see, I'm gonna come in here. Oh, I need the Igor patch, okay. So back over here, I need to load up the Igor patch, the Tyler the Creator Igor patch. So let's go ahead and figure out where that patch is. Let's see. Unlike the Brother Persona right here, the SE625s, they don't put your files in alphabetical order. So I gotta go through and find the file that I'm looking for. Hopefully it don't take all day, because as you guys can see, I do have 29 pages of embroidery files. So let's just go through and find the one. Oh, there it is. So on page 9, there is my Igor design. So let's go ahead and select that. Hit the set button. I do need to scale it up a little bit to that 3.25 range. There it is. So 3.25, if you guys can see on that screen. Hit OK. Hit edit end. Hit embroidery. And now that one's ready to start stitching. So let me go ahead and load up them color threads for both of the patches, and we're gonna get it going. All right, so for the Igor patch, I need to switch it to brown. It has black thread loaded up currently, so I'm gonna switch that to brown, and I'm gonna switch the upper thread to silver. Well, actually, there's no thread up there yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop the silver in this guy, get it started, and then I'm gonna put the brown into this one. Let me switch this to brown. After I switch this to brown, I'm gonna plug in my headphones to make sure my microphones aren't having that static noise. I know, I should have did that in the beginning. All right. While I go and get my headphones, let's move you guys closer and take a look at this machine in progress. So we're just gonna keep on stitching, you guys. We're gonna keep on stitching. We're gonna get these 2 Etsy orders ready. And let me give you guys some better angles, some handheld angles. So excuse the shakiness of the camera as I'm trying to make sure you guys get some cool angles. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So after it's done with the silver, when you're looking at this design, it's going to do a darker silver, but on here I got it as like a darker blue, and then the last color will be black. If any of you guys are wondering what this sticker is on my embroidery machine, this sticker is for the part that I be getting for the rotary hook. So sometimes your inner rotary hooks can get damaged. They might get like a little dent in the plastic. You got to get those replaced. So at Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum, they sell them for 21 bucks. You can get them on Amazon as well for the same price. So whether you want to go into a store or get them online, it works either way. They're still the same price no matter where you go. So this Igor one has just finished. I do need to change it to the hair color, which is like an off-white color that I use. Let me get you guys set up here so I can change that color thread. Changing the color thread. Oh, look at this, you guys. Look at that. I barely got any thread on there. But I do got a bigger spool of this color. But I'm going to just try to use up what's left on this cone. We don't waste embroidery thread around here. All right, all right. What month is it? We still in March? Guys, definitely go onto our Etsy shop. We do have a current springtime sale. Oh, look at it, I'm all dark. Let me get you guys, let me get by the window so you guys can see me better. So we do have a springtime sale going on. So definitely click the link down in the bio so you guys can go onto the Etsy shop. You will get 15% off of your total purchase. So it doesn't matter how many patches you buy, you will get that 15% off. So get on over to the Etsy shop. Step your patch game up. But let me get back over here so you guys can see those patches, because that's what you came over here to see. These XC625s are working flawlessly, you guys, flawlessly. I will probably have to change the bobbin on this top one soon. Don't know how much bobbin it has left in there. It looked like it was getting low. The one down here, it might be able to do the whole patch without having to change that bobbin. But even if I got to change that bobbin, it's no big deal. All I got to do is just simply cut off the little exit, not cut it, but hit the scissor button to cut the extra bobbin thread in the upper thread. I got to take it off the embroidery unit, change out the bobbin, put the new one in, the full one, and then get right back to it. But that's only if I run out of bobbin thread. All right. So the Igor one just finished up with that color. I do got to change it to like a light pink color. Let me see. So I do got to change it to a light pink, which I do have. And let's go ahead and change that color out. And look at that, you guys. I still got, I thought I was going to use up all of that, but look at that. This thread really goes a long way. So I still got more of this off-white color on this spool. This off-white that I use is like a light beige color. This is the 1028. If you guys can see that right there. Take a look. Let me zoom you on in. So this is the 1028 from Sulky. All the Sulky brand spools, you can buy these at your local Joann's. They always have Sulky threads in stock. So if you want some Sulky thread, go to Joann's. So for the next color on this Igor patch, we will be using this Madeira. This is, actually, yeah. So we're going to be using this Madeira. This is the Madeira 1121. This is the light pink that I use for these Igor patches. So let's go ahead and get this loaded up. Ooh, that automatic threader is nice, you guys. If you got a machine that doesn't have this automatic threader, I don't know what you are doing. So we're all ready to go. I got the pink loaded up. Let's go ahead and hit that start button. This one up here is still doing its thing. It has a lot of silver to do. There is a lot of silver in this design. Yeah, like I said, the customer didn't want the blue one, they want a silver one. A quick Etsy tip, so if you guys are making patches on Etsy, it definitely helps to offer various colors in your patches. So if you got a design that can have multiple colors, make sure you offer that on the listing, because you never know what colors a customer might want. Or you could add a personalization tab to the Etsy listing, so that way a customer can like request what color or what text they might want on your patch. But that's only if you guys offer that feature on your Etsy shop. Oh, take a look, you guys, take a look. I told you. I told you that bobbin was gonna be running out soon. So bobbin is almost empty. So what I do here is I just hit the OK button first. And then I come here, I hit the scissor button right there to cut the extra like bobbin threads and stuff in there, and also to cut the upper thread. And then from here I will remove the hoop off of the embroidery unit and change out that empty bobbin. So let me just go ahead and take this off real quick. So there's the hoop, comes off nice and easy. I'm gonna set this off to the side. I'm gonna come up in here. I'm gonna remove this plastic shield, this little plastic window. So this plastic window comes off. This is the plastic window that protects the rotary hook, and it also protects the bobbin. Let me set that off to the side, and here's our empty bobbin. So the bobbin is not quite empty. There's still some left on there, but the machine can sense when it's like this low, and it'll alert you that your bobbin is running out. So here we go. I got my full bobbin right here. I'm gonna load it into the machine, and we're gonna keep this patch going. Let me get my window, put the little window back on. Now let's grab the hoop with the patch right there. Let's get that back on. And what I like to do when my bobbin runs out, even though it senses it, it stops it in time, I still like to come in here and like go back at least 10 stitches just to be safe. And then I will continue this embroidery. And that one's looking good. Our Igor patch over here is looking good as well. And now I'm going to be using this red right here. This is my go-to red. This is the Madeira 1147. This is the red that I use in all of my patches. Besides this red, I do got this darker maroon color. I use this in a couple of patches as well. So this is the 1035 from Sulky, and it's that beautiful maroon color. But I'm not using that. I am using this brighter red right here. So let me get that loaded up in the machine. All right, it's loaded up. Let me use that automatic threader. Get the thread tucked in the back, and let's go ahead and continue. And I will move you guys closer so you can see that stitch out more. This Igor embroidery file is available for purchase on our Etsy shop. So if you want to copy yourself a version of this Igor patch and stitch it out, definitely head on over to the Etsy shop and purchase yourself this embroidery file. So it's done with that light silver. I do need to change it to a darker silver now. And for my darker silver, I am using this Sulky right here. Okay, and my Igor patch just got done as well. So there we go on that upper machine, but down here with the Igor patch, it's time to switch to the final color. That final color being black. This machine, I got it set up to where like pretty much just shows like a number. But on this machine, you notice that it shows the color name. So just like on the Persona, if you wanted your machine to show you whether it be the color name or it just be like the color number, you can do that same setting on these SE625s. So let me get that set down and let me switch this to black, the final color it needs. And like usual, I am using my Madeira 1000. The Madeira 1000 is my go-to black thread that I use. I got this little spool, but I also got bigger spools as well. Let me show you guys real quick the comparison. So here we go. You guys want to take a look? So here's my smaller spool. Here's my bigger spool. Yes, indeed. And what's crazy is the cost of this bigger spool. One of these, just for comparison, so this is a sulky spool right here. This is a Madeira. Believe it or not, if you go to Joann's, the cost of this little spool will be almost more than the cost of this big spool on All Stitch. So keep that in mind when you're going to physically buy embroidery thread from Joann's. You will be paying a little bit more for this smaller spool, but you can get it a bigger version on Madeira. So let's go ahead and thread up this machine real quick, and let's finish this up. A simple, easy day right now of getting these Etsy orders ready. Let's take a look up here, see what's going on. Yeah, take a look and you can see. So I'm doing that darker silver, like that accent color. It already did the parts right up there. We're just gonna keep these machines going. These are the SE 625s, you guys. I do have 2 of them. So right now, the Doom patch just finished with the dark silver, and now I got to do the final color, which is black. It's going to do 11 minutes worth of black. This Igor patch is doing 13 minutes worth of black. So yep, let me get it set up, and we're going to finish off this video. So for the upper one, I'm going to be using my bigger spool. So let me get that one put up here. So for any of you wondering how I go about setting up a bigger spool on the SE 625s, obviously, you can't really get a big spool in that little area. Let me show you this side better. So you can't put a big spool there. So I got my big spool right here in the back. You guys can see that right there. And what I did was I taped a little paper clip right up there, but I bent it into shape so that way it can hold the thread. So what I do is just like I set the big spool down here. I put the thread through that little hoop of the paper clip, and then I just have it feed through normally the rest of the machine. I've been doing this method for like ever since I've been embroidering, and it works flawlessly. But what you can do is get yourself a separate spool stand, so that way you can use those bigger spools. But I went the cheap route, a single paper clip and a single piece of tape, and that gets the job done just as a $15 to $20 spool stand would. Look at how pretty these machines are, you guys. SE 625, look at all the buttons and stuff. Look at the decoration on it. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. So we're just waiting for these patches to get done. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get the shipping labels. I'm gonna go ahead and get my packaging together. I gotta come down here. I do need to order more envelopes, because look at that, guys. I am almost out of envelopes. So I do need to order more envelopes on Amazon. I usually order these like colorful bubble mailers on Amazon. So I need to order another 50 pack because I am running low. Let me get my stool, because these patches are complete. I'm gonna take them off the hoop so you guys can see how they turned out. So first one up, we got the Igor on this lower one here. I'm gonna hit OK. Clear out that menu. Let me raise the presser foot, then take it off the hoop. So here's the Igor patch. Turned out really good, like usual. And notice the tension on this one. On this one, you can see some of that upper thread poking through the bottom. One thing I haven't done when it comes to like digitizing and doing my embroidery is I haven't played around with the density yet. So I do want to. So I might do a little sample embroidery I might do like a bunch of circles, and each circle will be like a different density. I saw Romero Threads do that on one of his videos. So I might try to do the same thing on my SC625s and on the Persona. What I got to do now is I got to apply my fray check around the edges. And once the fray check dries, I'm going to cut it out. And then I'm going to go ahead and package it, get my shipping labels from Etsy, and then go ahead and drop these off at the mailbox. So there's the Igor one. Let's go up top to this one up here. Let me hit the OK. Take that one up off the hoop. Bam. So here's this MF Doom one, the mask. Like I said earlier, the customer wanted the silver mask, so I made it the silver version. I might want to play with the design a little bit, because if you look here, if you look closely, in like the eye sections, a little bit of the silver is poking through. So I might go through and tweak the design so that way there's holes underneath in the silver, so that way the silver doesn't poke through the top thread. Or I might need to change my stitch angles so that way the angles aren't going the same direction, but maybe they'll go slightly different directions so that way that silver doesn't poke through underneath. But all in all, these patches turned out good. Like I said with the Igor patch, I do got to apply my fray check along this patch as well, then cut it out. But yep, that's going to wrap it up for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me go ahead and get these shipped out and enjoy the rest of my weekend. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekends as well. See you on the next video. Peace.